There was once a man named Rohan, a man who carried the past like a heavy stone in his chest, a past full of mistakes, regrets, and lost opportunities that gnawed at him every night, and for years, he walked through life like a shadow of himself, avoiding mirrors, avoiding laughter, avoiding anyone who reminded him of the person he used to be, because he believed he could never escape the chains of what he had done or what had been done to him. And it was on a gray, stormy evening, the kind that mirrors the heaviness in your heart, that he found himself standing at the edge of a cliff overlooking the ocean, the wind whipping his hair, the rain soaking through his coat, and he thought, maybe if I let go of everything, maybe if I just fall, all this pain will finally end. But just as he stepped closer to the edge, he remembered the words of his grandmother, spoken to him when he was a boy. Rohan, the past is only a teacher, never a prison. You must learn, forgive, and release it, or it will drown you. And in that instant, he realized he had been trying to erase his past instead of understanding it, and he didn't want to end his life, he wanted to end his suffering, but somehow, somewhere along the way, he had confused them, letting regret grow like a wildfire in his heart. So he stepped back from the cliff, trembling, dripping wet, and began walking, not knowing where, only knowing he had to move, and that walk led him to a small, abandoned park near the shore, where the swings squeaked in the wind, empty benches looked like silent witnesses, and a stray dog came and sat beside him, shivering. For the first time in years, he spoke aloud, I don't know how to let it go. I don't know how to forgive myself. And then, strangely, as if the universe had been waiting for him to say it, an old man appeared, feeding birds, and with a soft, calm voice, he said, Son, sometimes letting go isn't about forgetting. It's about understanding that the past shaped you, and that you are allowed to live beyond it. Rohan listened, every word sinking deep into the cracks of his broken heart, and over the following days, he began to confront his memories, painful and sharp, one by one, the betrayal of a friend, a business that collapsed, moments when he had been cruel or careless, and instead of hiding from them, he wrote them down, letter by letter, acknowledging his pain, his anger, his fear. And then, on a quiet morning, he gathered all those letters, walked back to the cliff, and instead of throwing himself, he let the wind take them, releasing each one into the air, watching as they scattered, carried away by the wind, leaving him standing empty-handed but lighter than he had felt in years. Just when he thought the act was only symbolic, something shifted inside him. He realized the past was not his enemy, it had been a teacher, and the only thing keeping him trapped was his refusal to forgive himself. And in that moment, he noticed the horizon, the sunrise spilling golden light over the waves, and he laughed, a sound he hadn't heard from himself in a long time, a laugh that belonged to a man finally free. The twist came later, when he returned to the city and discovered an old friend he had hurt years ago waiting at his doorstep, someone he had avoided for fear of judgment, but instead of anger, the friend smiled, saying, I've been waiting for you to find your peace. I forgave you a long time ago. Now, maybe it's your turn to forgive yourself. And Rohan realized that letting go of the past wasn't just about him, it was about allowing life to breathe again, about reconnecting with the world he had shut out, about living without the chains that had weighed him down. And so he began again, a new job, new friendships, even new love, not as a man without scars, but as a man who carried them lightly, proud of the lessons, grateful for the growth, and completely free from the prison of yesterday. Reflection. The past will always be in the past, but it does not define you unless you let it. Painful memories are teachers, not jailers. Forgive yourself. Release what weighs you down. Bible verse, Philippians 3 verses 13 to 14, NIV. Brothers and sisters, I do not consider myself yet to have taken hold of it. But one thing I do, forgetting what is behind and straining toward what is ahead, I press on toward the goal to win the prize for which God has called me heavenward in Christ Jesus. Action step. Tonight, take a quiet moment, write down one regret or painful memory you've been holding onto, then imagine letting it go, burn it safely, tear it up, or release it in your mind, and say aloud, I forgive myself, and I am free. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and follow for more. Drop a comment to let us know where you're watching from.